Specialist for InsideTrackNews.com. I'm here with the leader in OSCAAR Super Late Model rookie points. Heading into round number 4 of the season, the Don Biederman Memorial. It is none other than the crowd pleaser, Kelly Balson. Mr. Balson, you had a rough start to the 2014 season, and you really were able to turn around at Sunset Speedway, got a top 3. Now we're headed for the Biederman. This is the race that everybody wants to win. I mean, what's the plan? What's the strategy heading into Sunset Speedway next week?
Well, my plan is certainly not to win it. That's for sure. But we're better than we were the last time we went to Sunset, which, I mean, the bar was pretty low. So, but we're going to be better. Like I did at Barrie, I'm just hoping to see that lead pack, and then perhaps at the end of the race we'll find out where we shake down. Maybe things go our way like they did at Barrie. Now,
you mentioned at Barrie that you were down and out in practice and qualifying. The car wasn't responding the way you wanted it to. A gigantic swing heading into the feature event really just sort of changed the tone of the whole evening.
Yeah, I didn't know what we were going to have when we rolled out for the feature, and then when we got strung out a little bit, and I got by this car and then that car and that car, and then I found myself in the top 5, and then found myself in the top 3. I thought, boy, we got a pretty good car. I had nothing for Cornelius and Gressel, but to finish on the top 3, and there's some real stout stuff behind us, gives me a lot of satisfaction that we might be moving in the right direction. And if we're moving in the right direction for Sunset, that's cool, but I'm certainly not trying to overstate the world here or try to win something that I have no business of winning. But we're getting better, and that's what it's all about.
Now, the Biederman Memorial is a little bit interesting in the sense that it's a 2-day show. 2 complete shows back to back. It's round 4 and round 5 all on the same weekend. Is that going to make setup a little more difficult or a little easier, given the fact that you're doing 2 complete programs back to back?
I'm not entirely sure. I don't really know what's going to happen. Certainly night 1 is key, and how you get out of that night. You know, if you're coming out unscathed and you can work on the chassis, or you're coming out with all kinds of damage and you're going to be working on body all night long, or suspension component. I certainly don't hope that's the case, but I think maybe I've done a lot of 100-lappers over the last few years, and I think that maybe I'm going to treat this like a 100-lapper, and maybe treat the first 50-lapper like the first 50-lap of a 100-lap race, you know what I mean? So I plan on kind of feeling out what we got, but again, so if it's 15 to go and the first night, and I find myself at the top, fill in the blank, well then maybe you start, you know, racing a little bit harder. But I think the key for me anyway is to get out of night number 1 relatively unscathed, try to work on that setup a bit more, and see what we got for night 2, and move on. But I think I'm going to treat it like a 100-lapper with a competition break that lasts 24 hours.
Now, if you look back on round 1 of the Tour at Sunset, I mean, this car, it wasn't handling right, it wasn't making it easy on you or the team. Were you able to compile any setup information or notes that you're going to be able to put together to help you on night 1 of the Don Biederman Memorial?
Oh yeah, no doubt about it. Absolutely no doubt about it. We will be better. It's just a matter of where we're going to fall into the mix, you know what I mean? But we're going to be better, there's no doubt about that. I look forward to going back. I'm starting to get a bit of a feel for that place, and I'm looking forward to going back. We are going to be better. We do have some notes. We did figure some stuff out, and we will be better. I'm looking forward to it.
Well, I'll tell you something right now. If you're on a tour that goes to a speedway 5 times, you better figure it out.
Yeah, that's right.
That better be pretty high on your list of priorities.
And that's the plan. And we are, again, I set the bar so low that I'm not sure that we can be worse. I know we can't be worse. So we're going to be better. I'm looking forward to going back. You know, let's get in the top half of the field and see where we shake down with 20 to go.
Thank the people that put this B10 car on the racetrack every Saturday or Friday or whenever the tour runs.
I got to thank my guy Graham Flett, and I got to thank Graham Tianis and Dan McCaddy. They've done so much work to both cars over the last couple of weeks, and I got to thank Cochran Automotive. Rod Cochran has done so much work to the motor and the carburetor, and my dad Joe Balson has just worked non-stop tirelessly forever. And you know, Rod Cochran Automotive for sponsoring us. Mike Schmidt, London Recreational, has done so much for us. And Spencer Lewis Promotions, you know, he's pointing the camera at me. He's a sexy bastard.
I am.
It's
I
true.
am. Crystal Doucette agrees.
That's true.
All right, well, we'll see you out at the Don Biederman Memorial. I'd love to plug your Twitter, but you're vehemently against social media. So if you want to talk to me, you got to go to Hampton, Ontario.
That's right.
Yeah.
You know where to find me.
Don't blink, because you'll drive through it.
That's fine. That's the way I like it.
Best of luck at the Don Biederman Memorial. We'll definitely check in with you after night 1.
Thank you, boys.